Today, many crystal beings have summoned me to be their voice, an oracle, bringing out their divine message to the world. This beautiful mother crystal has been given a specific mission to radiate a divine presence, the divine elements, through this crystalline matrix. And it's a divine matrix through this gem of the amethyst. And it keys the soul into a violet ray transformative process. So when you sit within this crystal, every atom, cell, and electron of your being is getting quickened to a higher vibratory rate. So it's all moving faster in unison, coming into this unity and unison with the divine universal presence, which is that 0 point energy that brings souls of earth back to their selves and to that centered point within the self of their divinity and their divine nature. And so her precious offering to the many souls that have graced their lives, been graced by her presence, and also who have sat in her, as well as the neighborhood getting radiated in a wider range than that, have received an unparalleled assistance in their awakening, because when the cells, atoms, the electrons of a being are quickened to that high vibration, that high vibratory rate, it raises the consciousness and elevates the soul into its divine self, into the eternal, immortal self. So now the soul that can get corrupted on earth, that can go through the hardships of life, get illnesses and sicknesses that then impact the body, that soul gets quickened. And the divine positive matrices, the crystalline matrix within the soul and within the body are transformed back into the perfect patterning. This is her beautiful gift. Now, similarly, through media, light can be transferred from the higher realms of light, which are using her as a vessel to bring light into this home, this temple, and to the community and to the earth, but also to you, and bless your life and transform you. So right now, in this minute, there's a transfiguration occurring through me of a conduit of light ray energies, and I would say rainbow light ray energies coming through me, through this crystal being, through the crystalline matrix within me that got transfigured so I could be a vessel of this high velocity of divine energy right now for you. And for anyone that ever listens to this and can re-watch it, can receive. So this is a huge transmission right now going on that is healing the very nature and fabrics of the soul, bringing it back into the divine crystalline matrix of its divinity. This is a huge violet ray action. And while this is going to be ongoing, that's going to even restructure your DNA, the brain chemistry and the wiring in the body and the brain and through the nerves and through the blood and every aspect, the bones of your physical bodies all the way to the soul body, and then keying it all back into a full oneness and alignment with your divine body that people have called different things, and which is your true authentic self, your spirit form. The crystalline beings that have come today to tend to you and gift you this will be sharing with you, while mighty actions of divine support will be ongoing, and they're telling me for 33 more days. So this is going to be continuing as an action within you, bringing you into the most exquisite places. And if you ride that wave and you allow yourself to be transfigured under this great violet ray action and healing. And if you open wide your consciousness and allow yourself to see, feel, and integrate with the energies, you will be able to consciously undergo this transfiguration of a 33-day process, seeing miracles within yourself, in your life, in every area and aspect of your life. Similarly, we have some beautiful beings. One, a very dear one that I work with in the fairy kingdom, that are light beings emanating light right now through this transmission. And what she was just telling me is that she is a divine being from the higher realms of light that is working through her fairy, a fairy life and being on a plane of being that's part of the matter planes, the earth plane, and there's the different planes of being in the fairy kingdom planes, and there's the Buddha plane. There's all these different planes where higher beings come in and then give their frequency and do their work through these bodies. We know also there's the dolphins, the whales that are being operated now through high-level beings, just as we came in and we're operating these human forms from that divine self level. So today we have many divine beings that I work with that come through the Global Healing Forums and the work I do from the realms of light, blessing you, assisting you, your families, all humanity, all sentient beings right now through this transmission. We have the many fairies and different elementals, and we have crystal beings. And it's the crystal beings that are going to give their message now. So tune in to your being, because who you were before this and who you're going to be after this and through the next 33 days and out the other side is going to be very different. A higher version of yourself, of your divinity, is going to be coming through you. And you can reinforce this with daily meditations and yoga and centering in yourself and chanting or whatever you do to align yourself back to you, the true you. That will help support this process tremendously. So let's center in our hearts right now and get ready to greet these beautiful crystal beings that look like fairies, actually, to me. They're just shiny and radiant and with swirling color and so much light and light from their eyes. They're just the most exquisite beings, and they care so much for us. They work hand in hand with the fairies and other elementals to support the transformation we're going through in this time and to bring us to that glorious beingness that is the radiant reality we came to anchor on earth, to bring ourself, our pure essence, to the earth, and let those essences be vehicles and vessels of a great light and a great change for this beloved planet and all the evolutions here. O sacred heart, sacred soul, your destiny calls, and we of the crystalline kingdoms support the divine matrix within you and within this earth mother. And like coded energy platforms, we bring different elements into this world and radiate those elements into the psyche of humanity and of all beings. And some of us are coded to emanate peace, others love, others help with the fiery initiations of transformation and activations that quicken, activate the latent codes within the DNA, within the psyche, so the divine self can be born in all her glory. You, our beloved ones, are the most precious beings the universe has ever known, because you came from realms of light to undergo the throes of the human experience for the express purpose of transformation, first within and then without, so that this planet could be recoded, reseeded with the divine patterning that brings its perfection, harmony, and grace into the world of form. And so we have come as power allies with you, housing the crystal kingdom with our beings from the high realms of light, and interacting with fairy and human kingdoms. We work and serve with you, side by side, to bring forth this most miraculous change the world has ever known. And how glorious is it that a physical being like Mother Earth could undergo such a powerful transfiguration that every soul and sentient being upon her would be transfigured as well, and that nothing would look the same after it had taken place. Yes, that is what we're all about, beloved. And so when you bring us into your home, when we call to you and you find us and you anchor us on your altars or in the key positioning in your beautiful homes, you are activating your homes, creating temples of light, portals of light that allow the higher energies to come in and through you, allowing you to not only be a vessel of a higher light, a capacitor of energy, a transformer of this planet, but even the very molecules, the very atoms of the home itself to be in resonant reality with what we're birthing on earth altogether. Thus we bring in the energetic of the new world and the new time, and we code the elements of earth with that energetic, and you, quickened and awakening to the truth of who you are, is that element. And yes, let's call it the seventh element of one's divinity that comes fully into physical manifestation in this world. We bless you, beloved. We're always here to bring great beneficence, to take your ills and transmute them, to radiate the peace, the harmony, the love into your being, to bring support to weary souls and those who feel like they're on their last legs, so you can be revived, restored, and stay strong, and be all that you can be to do your part and give your all to this world, to this change, to this grand transfiguration. Today, we have been able to gift you in the deep inner levels of your psyche and repatterning with the crystalline patterns of perfection, the whole crystalline matrix of your soul, and aligning it with the crystalline matrix of your spirit, so it is one. You are one with your true authentic self. Similarly, all the coding, the human codes that could be transformed today and ongoing for the next 33 days will be the washing away of the human conditioning, allowing you to come more fully into who you are and who you're meant to demonstrate in the earth. Because yes, you are wayshowers, beloved, showing the way of all humanity, the way to the promised land of milk and honey, the way to Eden, and to reborn, rebirth, and revitalize, and make beautiful all things within and without. This is the great rebirth, and it is happening from within you, and it is happening all around you, and in every living thing. Have faith. Know that the great work is being done. Don't become faint of heart. Because yes, the throes of darkness must reveal to be transformed. Know in the simplicity of all things, the divine codes win out, and the divine plan prevails. And we, the instrumenters, participants and co-creators of that divine plan with you, live in the joyous wonder of all that is, forever has been, and shall be. Blessings to you, dearest ones. Blessings of eternal grace.